I just got this on my knee as a positive message, you know, a reminder. Stay black and powerful, Negro. You know, it came from a joke. Why black people so tall? Because they're Negroes. And then I was like, you know, I think I need that for sure. You should know what that is. This is a Black Panther tattoo. Free Huey. I guess that's funny because this is like a black joke and this is like a black pride thing. But less wordy, definitely, than internet tape. Everything I do now is less wordy than that because, you know, I was just coming off the back of kind of suffocating situation. And so I just had a lot of shit to get off my chest that I was like trying to cram into a small space. And, you know, coming past that and, you know, having that do what it's done and moving forward in my life and my music as I have, it's just been, I've been in more of a place to just like lay things out, you know what I'm saying? Like this, as opposed to that, you know? But I mean, I made With Me Now and Feel That. I made both of those probably like in 2013 at the end, you know what I'm saying? I made that stuff like in the fall, like around the time people were listening to the internet tape when the internet tape came out.
That shot looks stupid dumb.
Initially, it was more like, you know, punches and less like fists of fury, you know what I'm saying? Like packed punches. I think it's like, it's an impactful flow. So it's, the way I rap on that song was meant to be like poignant. How do you spell that? Yeah. The old Vic Mensa, they can have a bunch of versions of the old Vic Mensa if they really wanted to, you know? And people have like the real me that they think they have already like grasped onto. And everybody's changing every day, you know what I'm saying? Like the tide goes in and out and we're all made of water. Everything's changing all the time. So to expect someone to be one thing consistently all the time is if that person is like, you know, is real and is growing, you know, then that's not realistic.
When I get down, I'ma look behind my
Vic's Head, I think, which is funny. That's the name of the beat. That's just what the Blended Babies and Nico called it. It was like, it was really weird. It was like some trumpet. It was like a trumpet line and like rim shot drums. It was like, it didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense, but I knew it was something cool. There was something cool about it. And so we ended up repurposing that for Down on My Luck. Yeah, when I was like around the time when I was making With Me Now, I made this other song with K Tronada that's gonna come out. It's called Drive Me Crazy. Man, you know, I was just like, I think I was coming off the J. Cole tour and I was staying in my mom's house in Chicago still. And like, I was just feeling this crazy energy. Like I couldn't sleep at night, not out of like anxiety, but like, it was just out of like over brimming confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't sleep at night because I was like, nigga, I'm finna get this shit, you know? I was like, so every night I would leave my bed like in my parents' basement and go upstairs and just sit and just like freehand, just like write the ideas of this project that I was coming up with.
and they with me now.
You know, every day I would go to the studio. And so that's the time when I made With Me Now. And the song actually came from me and Kami the Chuku we were smoking this G-Pen, you know what I mean, that Snoop Dogg joint. And smoking the G-Pen, like driving on 90-94 in Chicago and just freestyling to this beat. I don't even know if we was going somewhere. We might have just been driving and rapping. Like, so it was just freestyling and we recorded the whole thing. And it was like, you know, like 20 minutes long. And it had all those different flows that we put in it. So the two different hooks, like, it was like just me and him just like rapping and just coming up with shit. And I was saying like, go and get your son. That's if you want that. And then he said, and they with me now. And they with me now. So actually that's Chuku hook, no lie. I think he said that first, and then we like combined it and made the full hook out of that. I should probably go on Rap Genius and check and see if people got it right. But I said, think work like a stripper bitch, apply it to the grip, pivot to a Euro step, hustle back, run a play, touch a stack, count a purple hundreds like they counterfeit. Who be witching now? Same niggas from the rip. That's because me and Chuku were talking, we were having a conversation just about like, you know, all of this shit and like, you know, taking our movement to the next level and taking Save Money to the next level. And he was saying something, I was like, a hustle back. I was like, yo, this whole thing, we would just talk about the hustle, you know, and I was like, the whole thing is like, it's being on the back end too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just the hustle, it's a hustle back, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I was saying something about, you know, just like keeping your directions and your lanes open. So I was like, you know, it's that pivot. You got to have your pivot foot on. And then I was like, and then we go dunk it down on these niggas. So I was like, pivot. He was like, a pivot, yeah, to a Euro step. And then I was like, and the hustle back, you know? So, I mean, honestly, that whole song, it came from like, it was just that point in time and like that conversation and just like, and freestyle, like trade-off me and Chuku was having, just like, which was like very representative of where myself and Save Money as a unit were at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? It was like without a lot of recognition, but on the verge of more than we had. And you gotta recognize the thing about us too is like, you know, so many rappers and like musicians have come out in the past, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, but we've been cold as fuck since we ever started. You know, like I was rapping when I was 16. I had a mixtape when I was 17, and I already thought I was the best rapper like ever. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that so many people have come out, it's like it's never changed to us. Everything that we work towards and everything that we do achieve, and to me, everything that I do attain and I come into, it's like I'm always on to the next one because I've been there since I was 16. I'm like, you know, y'all should have known back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still looking at the shit that is next level. I'm still looking steps past where anybody who's out has taken it, you know? Because I'm like, I've been there, you know? In my mind, I've been blown up way past all of this shit, you know?
Say you miss the old Vic, bitch, me too.
That's what I'm talking about. When people say they miss the old me, I say, bitch, me too. We was on the road, I ain't had no job, I ain't had no whip, but I had that squad, you know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, you know, shit's different now than it was a year ago. And shit's way different now than it was 2 years ago. A year ago, me and Trip was like driving his car cross country. I didn't have any money. We were trying to make, I think the internet tape hadn't come out. We were making the internet tape and sleeping on my manager Dan's couch. I was in Hollywood, just like, you know, without shit of my own, and things are different now, you know. A year ago, honestly, around this time, is like when I had made Down on My Luck, or when I wrote the words to Down on My Luck first, before the internet tape came out. I wrote it to different music, and you know, it was about that situation, just being like out in Hollywood, and I was like depressed, because I was just like, I was so like I keep saying, suffocated at that point in time, because I didn't have shit of my own really that I could stand on, other than what I created on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? But I was just pushing through it. I think internet tape was heavily about, like, the reason it was so like bright and like uplifting and like happy was like to try and bring that out of myself, you know? Because I was sleeping on the couch, I didn't have a bed to sleep in. If I wanted to go somewhere, I had to get in the car with Trip. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't drive my own car. My car was back home in Chicago. I couldn't go where I wanted to go, when I wanted to go, do the things I wanted to do. because it was just like straight motherfucking grind mode. But you know, it's those times that that definitely made me stronger and brought me to the points that I've been musically and like with me now and where I am now. It's all of that that makes me who I am.
Super Shuffle to get that ring.
What's Super Shuffle to get that ring? I mean, my Super Shuffle would just be like a, you know what I'm saying? Like the with me now shit. Super Shuffle to get that ring. Pop said, make it, don't let it make you. Yeah.
You like the Flintstones, you 6 feet down, bam, bam.
You know, the Flintstones was always running up on everyone. That's how they got anywhere. That was their mode of transportation. And it was like 6 feet on the ground. So I meant run up on you like the Flintstones. You 6 feet down, 6 feet underground, just the same way the Flintstones is 6 feet on the ground. Bam, bam. And then I said something about, what I say next? Run up on you like the Flintstones, you 6 feet down, bam, bam. Teddy bear for my jumper, you a clown. You know, Bam Bam's a kid. Teddy bear for a jumper, I meant like I'm hidden, you know what I'm saying? Like it's at a carnival when you do one of those jump shots and you win a big teddy bear and you a clown. So it's like the child references that go from Bam Bam into teddy bear into carnival into clown. And then the Flintstones, like I said. You know, like run up on you like the Flintstones. Like I said, the feet on the ground, you 6 feet down, bam bam, pop, pop, you know? Teddy bear for my jumper, that means that shot was good. Bam, bam, flush.
Same birthday on my porch and
you know, the same hoes from high school that didn't used to answer the phone. They now they flocking, you know. They with me now, and you know, fuck it. When I was younger, just like with all my guys, we was just always posted up, like. And our parents, they didn't understand at that point. You know, it's like, and my parents and my dad specifically, like he's super supportive of the music shit I do now. And when I was younger, like they just didn't understand it though. They didn't understand why I was like always getting arrested and, you know, save money. We was on the news boosting out of Macy's and like department stores downtown in Chicago. It's like, we was just doing a bunch of bad shit that I feel like I always knew where I was headed though, but to other people it might not have always been so clear, especially to like my parents.
Talk that street shit cause I'm from that.
Okay, talk that street shit cause I'm from that. So look, it's like, you know, people see like the way I'm dressing or the way I dye my hair or some shit, and like you were saying earlier, you know, it's like people have these ideas of who I am that they've synthesized from having heard music that I made during a point in time or, you know, whatever, but it's like, they don't know the shit I've been through, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could dye my hair white and still go back to the hood and look how I look and act how I act because I know who I am, you know, and I know where I'm from, and I'm not scared of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen all that same shit. People want to compartmentalize Chicago into being these vastly different things, you know, having like Lil Durk and Chief Keef and then having me and having Chance, and they paint these two different worlds, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, in all actuality, like when I had a car and Chance had no car, I was giving him rides back to the 9, back to 79th Street, and we be getting ran up on by the police because this is really the hood, you know, this is really like a dangerous place. And I still have friends, like people I grew up with and have, you know, lost my brother Dare, like people I grew up with that was acting crazy as kids, like be gangbanging now, the niggas that aren't in jail or got out of jail or whatever, like these same guys be in the same death beefs with the 300 dudes, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all Chicago, you know, we all from neighborhoods and from the South Side and like just know the same people, the same type of things. It's like whether we're the same type of person, you know, we're not the same person, but for sure have seen some of the same shit.
Before I knew the tango had a knot.
Before I knew the tango had a knot. Before I knew the tango, you know, it takes two to tango. Like before I knew how to move, before I knew the dance to the game, like I had a knot. Cause before I was before I was in the band Kids These Days, when I was just rapping by myself, I was paying for all my shit by hustling and serving. You know what I'm saying? I had more money when I was 16 than I had when I was making the internet tape, because I was getting money on a daily basis. You know, Walter Payton, that's a famous running back. And so when I say, like, I feel like Walter Payton run that for my city now, it's like that point in time when those Bears were doing the Super Bowl shuffle, getting those rings, and Walter Payton was running us to the touchdown. I feel like I got the city on my back the same way. The sports and music, you know, they kind of like, they relate heavily, at least sports and rap, you know, because it's that, like, that confidence and that drive. Like I always say, you know, for the real ones, it's like this music shit is just a limb. It's just an extension of a personality. And so Michael Uzowuru, his personality is like such a 1 in a million that it's like his music just reflects that. You know what I'm saying? He's just like has an energy of like one of the most positive people I know. So the music that he makes is just like, it just stands alone because it's him. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Uzowuru is like his mentor, you know, big brother is Omas Keith, who is a producer, more recently famed for doing a lot on Frank Ocean's Channel Orange. He's working very closely with Frank on his new album. Omas Keith was in a group called Sarah that was signed to Kanye, signed to Good Music, that I was a huge fucking fan of when I was in high school. I mean, still am. Sarah's like new age, like Parliament Funkadelic, like new age George Clinton shit. One of the most genius groups that has been out, you know, since the turn of the 2000s and shit. 1,000 things I never know. I was honestly really high when I was saying these things. They mean a lot, but we were like, Uzi had Red Bull Studios for a whole week, so he was locked in. That was, you know, I think that was like before I really knew Uzi all that well. That was some of the first music I ever made with him, and like that's, you know, that's one of my best friends. Like I've spent a lot more time with him now. That was when I was first meeting him. That's when I was staying at Dan's house in LA, and he had some crazy, ill musical vibes going on in that studio. Like he just had some dope musicians. Like Good Herb was burning. He was making all this like super interesting stuff. Like all those water sounds was just stuff that Uzi was just like click and play on. He was just going through mad sounds that he had in Fruity Loops, and you know, he had like a bass player that was just jamming along to it, and I was just sitting there, just, you know, smoking and just like, I don't even know, just vibing out. So that's how that came to be. Bound in chains, covered in gold. Anything that I say, like all the shit that I write is just like I say, it's not premeditated, really. It's just what's inside of me. So I think it's kind of just about like aspiring to things that are ethereal, like just kind of like you look at one thing. I look at your shirt right now. It looks white to me. You know, that's because it's like reflecting all colors other than white. Nothing is really what it seems, you know what I'm saying? So you try it. So especially like in my line of work and shit, like the things that we aspire towards and anybody does, it's never the same when you really get it, and you never really know what it is that you're dreaming towards. You don't know everything that it comes with. You just know that you want this goal. You know what I'm saying? Even though everything that comes along with it is so many things you never know. You know, the same way it's like you look at like the tragic recent passing of Robin Williams, and it's like people would wonder how this person with so much success and like so much adoration could be so low to the point of taking their own life. And it's because you don't, like, you can't sit here and imagine, have this conception of success that's gonna be 360 degrees, you know, that's gonna be full. Like, on the other 180 of it, the whole other half is the same problems, magnified, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody has the same issues. We're all human. Like, no matter what you got, it's like you still gonna have those low moments. It's like, it's psychotic to even to think that somebody could be always happy or everything's all good, you know? I don't know if that really explains this, but it kind of does though, you know? I usually write things that are kind of like to myself, you know? I think I was thinking about like a mother there. Sometimes I put myself in like somebody else's position, and then Uzi told me that his mom's like really loved this song, and it like maybe made me think that I was thinking from a mother's perspective. I don't know, but I was kind of talking to myself, you know, all my dreams in store, all my shooting stars, just dreaming out loud, you know. That's what this whole thing is. It's kind of like even the waves of it and what the music sounds like, the sonics of it. It's kind of just like a dreamscape, you know what I'm saying? It's just out loud. As far as Chicago rap history, like three really greats, one of which is on the song Cocoa Butter Kisses, are Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, and Twista, you know what I'm saying? And Twista came out as like, Do or Die is like they put him in the spotlight, you know, with the song Po Pimpin'. Because Do or Die already had that crazy style that Po Pimpin', I mean, Do or Die is one of the illest groups. I've never met either of the guys from Do or Die, because I think one of them, like, B-Lo was locked up for a long ass time. But Crucial Conflict, actually, they got this song called Hey that when I was in Kizzy's days, we remade, and we used to have them come out at some shows and play the song with us smoking on, hey, in the middle of the bar. It's one of the illest songs ever, man.
Cigarettes on cigarettes, mama.
And when Twista got on Cocoa Butter Kisses, it was like, I think Chano had just did a show with him, so he had like his number, and like me and Chance were in Peasy's studio just recording Cocoa Butter Kisses, and he was like, man, I just texted Twista, I'm finna send him the record. And then when he got on it, I was like at the movie theater or something, just like sitting in the car with my shorty, and then he sent it to me, so I played it in the car, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy, like, Twista raps after me, like, that's nuts, you know what I'm saying?
Get me feeling like Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill is R&B Black Jesus for sure, or maybe just Black Jesus. Miseducation Lauryn Hill is one of the illest albums of any genre to ever be released. So to say I feel like Lauryn Hill, you know, that's like I'm feeling like Black Jesus at this moment in time. I think I already said that earlier in the song too. I said I was light-skinned Jesus, you know? Got me feeling like Colin Pale / Colin Powell. I've been in LA making mad stuff in my house. I just got a lot of music, and it all, you know, I can't speak too much on the situations because I don't want to give too much away, but it all fits together, it all comes together, and it's all like, it all weaves in and out of the next and the last piece. Like it all makes sense together. It makes Down on My Luck makes sense next to With Me Now and Feel That and all of that, just because the sounds and the percussion and the music and the drums that I'm using and the voices that I'm using, they're like motifs in a storyline, you know what I'm saying? And the things that I'm saying, like the speaking points, they all come together. Down on My Luck and With Me Now and even Feel That, you know, they all are sewed into this same like tapestry that I'm making.